Hello, beautiful people. I know it's been a while since you've heard from me, and I will get back into doing daily messages shortly. It's just been a really crazy ride, but I did want to let everyone know about my brand new project that I'm super excited about. So, a little backstory. I did AmeriCorps directly after my undergrad experience. And it was this beautiful time where I was learning how to do community activation, community organizing, when I was learning to build bridges and learning all about diversity, right? And it was such a special and big and important part of my journey. I went from undergrad, where I thought I was going to become an English teacher, because the only way up until that point I had known that we could change and shape and build a better tomorrow was by inspiring the next generation. And I really have a love for language and a love for storytelling and a love for hearing stories that someone else is telling you and then hearing a part of yourself within that story, right? It was this beautiful way to create empathy, and it was a beautiful way to start sewing the fabric, the tapestry of community, of the collective together. But when I stepped into the world of AmeriCorps, I found out about all these other ways that you could build community and build empathy and share experiences and come together and move a community forward, guided by love and guided by hope and guided by togetherness. There were a lot of hurdles in my AmeriCorps journey. The communities that I was supporting, the communities that I became part of, we had a lot of roadblocks in our way. So there was some challenges. There was some things that we had to push back against. But we always did this with this idea of we're in this together. We all have our role to play. We don't have to do it all alone. And together, as there were, I think, 32 members of us throughout the city in different organizations, together we could make an impact that was bigger than any of us could make alone. So at the end of my AmeriCorps journey, I had to make a decision. I knew I wanted to continue in this supportive role, this role of helping people, this role of inspiring people. And I had to decide if I was going to do that on a micro level by getting my MSW, or if I was going to do it on a macro level by getting my degree in community development and planning. And I was so inspired by what AmeriCorps was capable of, I went the macro level. Get the most bang for your buck, if you will. And I did all of these studies. I had some great experiences. I had an opportunity one summer while I was doing my grad work to travel to Berkeley and take part in this mentee program through the Metta Center for Nonviolence. My concentration as I was going through all this, my focus was also building cultures of peace. So I went out into the world with this degree that was built to help me do change on a macro level. I've been doing that for years, and there's been a lot of amazing moments. I've met a lot of special people. I've learned a lot. But now where I am on my journey is I am realizing that without that micro work, without working to help people be strong and sturdy from the inside out, without being able to dig through any of the muck that's covering our inner knowings from this beautiful light, this beautiful divinity within us, that macro work really isn't possible. In order to change communities from a macro level, you have to have healthy people being part of that community. And you have to have people who are inspired by what is possible, helping to build that community. You have to have people who have done some of that shadow work and worked through some of the things that are holding them back, some of the things that are keeping them from seeing their own divinity, their own purpose, their own brightness. I've also, as I've been doing my spiritual side of things, really come to understand that each of us have a divine purpose, that each of us have special talents and gifts, and beauty and ways of sharing love that we're meant to bring into this world. And I've come to understand that the more and more of us who come to really understand our own power, our own truth, our own path, and begin to walk that path and do the things that come natural to us, do the things that don't leave us feeling drained, do the things that make us feel like we have an endless well of energy. The more of us who are doing that, the faster and faster we're able to shift things, to change things, to build the world that we're looking to see in the future. And that is why I'm super excited to announce that I am going to be offering a new coaching service for those change makers. It's Coaching for Change Makers. It's for those of us who are feeling the call to do something bold and brilliant and beautiful during this time of turmoil, to change the tide, to get us headed in the right direction. It's for all of those, whether you be a teacher, whether you're in the mental health field, whether you're a servant in another regard, whether you're an artist, whether you're an innovator, those of us who are trying to help in this moment. I am here to help the helpers. And it is my vision that with my gifts of spirit and my understanding of what it means to be a community organizer, what it means to be someone who can help with motivational interviewing, someone who can really help make change happen on the inner level, that the more people I serve, the more of a community that I create in this way, the more likely we are to be moving towards that future we're all yearning for. So through this Coaching for Change Makers offering that I'm offering, I'll help you plug back into your soul's purpose, figure out how to actualize that in your day-to-day life, figure out what is the inner work that you need to be doing as you're continuing being a moving and shaker in your own community and your own world, and how to make sure that as you are building this thing new, as you're pushing it back against the separation, as you're pushing it back against the darkness, that you're doing it from a place of love, and you're doing it from this place of divinity and grace, and not doing it from a place of fear, of ego, of anger and rage, because that's not sustainable. And I really do believe that your means are your ends. So if we're putting all this energy of anger and frustration and dislike and hatred and othering in what we're trying to build, that is going to become very similar to what we're facing now, because all of that was based on hate and fear and othering, right? So we need to make sure that all the people who are the change makers of today and tomorrow are solid in who they are and understanding their connection to love and divinity. So check out my webpage. It'll be in the comment section or the description section of this video, and look at all of my offerings. So if you are interested in just a personal reading without the life coaching, you can find out more about that there. But then look at my Coaching for Change Makers piece. You can dig into it, and if you want to talk more to me about if it's a right fit for you, just fill out a interest form and I'll get back to you. We can have a conversation. So I look forward to hearing from many, many of you. Let your friends, let your fellow helpers, let your fellow change makers know that this is a service that's out there for them. All right, have a beautiful day.